Welcome to Defying Dice, a weekly D&D podcast where me and my friends play Dungeons & Dragons and awkwardly roleplay in front of our mics. In our second episode, our group of adventurers have just returned to the Mosswood Inn to continue their quest to solve the kidnapping in this small swamp town. But before we get into that, I would like to thank you guys for listening, and unfortunately our bard is still missing this episode. We also are still very cringy still. We're very, very new to podcasting and having mics in front of us while we play this whole new campaign and the new characters that we were playing. Thank you for bearing with us, and we really do appreciate the support. We have had 2 ratings on iTunes so far, and they both mentioned that we have great potential to improve. We agree, and we thank you so much for the feedback. We hope to make this show better with every session. So, without any more delay, let's get into the game. As you enter the inn, I assume, or you guys do anything else? Just going to the inn?
Going to inquire about Andrew, so I'll assume that to be at the inn where he was.
So, you guys get to the inn and you walk back through, ducking underneath the roots, and there's a lot more people now crowded in here. There's like 30 to 50 people set up in this tavern. And just packed up. Like, you can see Landon there just filling drinks, and as soon as he fills them, it's gone. You can see that the nurses, the maids are, what am I saying? The waitresses are bringing drinks constantly going through, holding like 7 or 8 goblets of beer coming through. And you can see every single one of these people are mostly human. There's a few dwarves set up, but it's mostly human and halfling. They're all muddy, rutted up, and kind of like a little tweaked out. Like, you know, they're a little bit like stressed and hair frayed and kind of crazy eyes. The majority of them are all like that, all drinking and trying to party up and get rid of their worries for the day. And you see your buddy that you traveled in here, Sparky, Ren, your bard, is talking to a nice lady at the bar, and he's just enjoying himself, drinking a few. You can tell he's a few cups in, and he's a little out of it.
Dazed.
Yeah, that's the scene you guys enter into.
Landon? Yeah.
Okay, you go up to the barkeeper. You can see he's furiously trying to get cups ready, washed, get up and on the plate. And is that food ready yet? No. Hurry up with it, mate. And he brings up and hands another beer to the other guy. And you guys back? You finished my job yet?
Not yet, no.
What are you doing here? You don't order beer or no?
I'm not going to, but these guys behind me might. I had a quick question.
Yeah.
You seen Andrew? I can't read my own writing.
Centaurus.
Thank you. Centaurus?
Oh, he's always over in the corner there, seeing the bottom of his cup.
Alright, perfect.
Yeah,
thanks,
mate. Hey, order for number 2, yeah? Okay, bring it up. You can see he continually just busily works to his area. You can see in the corner there's the one lone booth where you can see Andrew there, just in his cups, just pouring them down.
I'll go over there.
Okay, you go over there and you can see he's just drinking one. Looks at it. Oh, you're back.
Good evening.
Any news?
You might have found a way to acquire the location of your missing wife and daughter.
Well, good.
But we need your participation in order to do that.
I'd rather not.
I would think find your wife and daughter, you'd be jumping off the seat to go help them out.
I'd love to find them, but I hired you guys to bring them.
We understand. But
Well, obviously you don't want to find them very hard.
I do. I just need...
is there something that's
No.
troubling you?
No.
Are you sure about this?
I just need you guys to find them and bring them back to me. Please. My family's missing. I need help.
What does the name Magdalene bring to your mind?
Make an insight check.
Oh, you have like a -3 to that.
I don't think he has specs.
Hey, I rolled a dice for the first time.
Insight for you would be wisdom, so whatever you roll.
Bless
You got it?
20.
D20 plus
10 even.
10 even. You do see at the mention of that name, kind of a twitch, invisible kind of almost recoiling nature to it. No, I don't know the name at all. Just bring my wife and kid. They're out there alone in the swamp.
We're trying to, but to find them we need your help. I don't know why you're being so reluctant about this.
I'm worried about them. I need to stay here.
I would think you'd want to go and help us find them.
I need you all to. I'm just a farmer. I don't do things. And when they came into my home at night, and I couldn't stop them.
Yes, but you can
Yes,
help.
I understand.
How could I stop them now?
You don't have to stop them. You need to help us find the location of them.
But they'll be with her.
Well, you don't have to go.
You won't have to come with us. You just need to come with us to see Magdalene.
No.
All right then.
Well, looks like
Harsh
you don't have a
feelings
job.
against her.
Looks like you don't have a.
It's all right. It's all right.
Well, if you're gonna be difficult about it, I ain't helping.
Yes, we. No, you should still help us. We're going to need your help. We just have to find another way of doing this.
It's just out of my comfort zone. If it was my family, well, not the one that I have, but I would think you'd be more than willing to help find your family. Your reluctance is
I hired
very
a group of strong people to go find my family. What else can I do? I need to stay here, so I sent you guys to go find.
What else you can do is go to Magdalene.
No,
and help her
I'm
find
going to
the
stay
location.
here. Not going to see that way. Not going to go see her.
Ah,
You want to make an insight check?
sure. 9.
Yeah. 9?
Yeah.
I mean, the dude seems kind of, crazed. Could be because he lost his family. It could be something else. Not exactly sure.
All right.
Just seems, you'd assume in a panic mode of losing his family.
Understand your reluctance.
Maybe he just doesn't like her. Not his
It doesn't
family.
matter if he doesn't like her. He loves his family, and I would think that he would do anything to get them back, whether that's help out in person or not.
It's all right. We'll
I don't trust this guy.
I hired you to find my family. I don't understand why you just can't do that.
You say that one more time, and I'm gonna put where my foot don't shine.
Well, you keep saying that. I don't understand why. I got people to do things.
Yes. All right. We will find another way of
You
doing.
do notice that he was visibly oh god, and he said,
All right. You can stay here drinking, and we'll.
yes,
No.
please.
No.
No, why?
He wants to be pain in the ass, I will drag him there.
Oh, no.
Probably not the best thing to do. But if it's something you want to do.
No, back me up here.
What the hell can I do?
You agree with me.
No.
When we were speaking with Magdalene, she said she needs you, someone who knows your family, in order for her to locate them. We don't know who they are. We don't even know what they look like. You know them in a personal basis, so she needs you in order to find them.
Did you not find anything at the house? There may have been something there that she could. I don't know.
We found a red-headed doll along the
did?
trail.
You did?
A red-headed doll that looked like the Cabbage Patch.
Does this mean anything to you or
It's
your
my daughter's.
daughter? Okay.
It's for. She can use that.
That's
wanted to
what I
keep it.
figured. No, she wanted to fix it up, which probably meant she kept it. I don't know.
Look, I trust you to do it without me being there. I'm not saying the same phrase. Don't.
All right.
I'm trying my best to help you as best I can. I just have to stay here.
All right. We'll let you
Not
have
going
your own
there.
random reasons for doing such.
Yes.
All right.
Can I go back
Yes.
drinking?
Yes, you can go.
Drink.
You can go to drink. Drink yourself silly.
Drink.
Don't kill yourself from drinking.
I'm trying not to.
Good. It's a nice, cheerful way to end this note, eh? Yeah. It got dark real fast.
Depressing. Then he kind of sets the drink back. You need just a water.
Good choice.
So you guys kind of step back from busy, kind of sully's up there.
What a weasel.
It's a very peculiar fellow, that's for sure.
You want to head off back to Magdalene in the morning or now? Since it's getting pretty
Let's
dark.
do it in the daylight. Better idea.
Okay.
You see a very, well dressed, almost like kind of suave looking little gnome walk up to you. Hey guys, how's it doing?
Sorry.
It's been good drinks.
Sparky,
Real
just go
good.
to bed.
Good. What are you doing?
You had a little too much to drink?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No. What are you guys? I missed you. You guys left.
Yeah, we did.
Bit of a pickle.
You left a little bit too? if you catch my drift with some ladies.
Maybe.
Yeah, you had fun with your pickle.
Okay.
You guys do some jobs or something to visit the town?
A little bit of both.
No. Can I help?
If you're
Probably not in the state you are right now.
I wouldn't. Maybe.
I just go to bed and we'll talk about it in the morning.
Cool.
all right.
I walk up
Probably
to
not.
Hey,
my...
Trish! Yeah. And just falls face first on the ground. Kind of up the side.
You're just gonna leave him here?
Oh yeah, just leave him in the middle.
Alright.
I walk up to my room
I'll pick
to
him
go
up and put him
practice
on
my
the chair,
spells.
just like
Okay.
because he's like little.
Yeah.
Pick him up and just like set him on the chair,
Okay.
like just laying across him.
Just laying across the chair?
Yeah.
Alright, you sit there, so just falling asleep.
No one
Just,
step on
just
him.
out cold, just stone cold.
And I commence petting him.
Big one rocks him to sleep, this little baby. Just see him kind of cuddling up, kind of just like kind of petting up on your chest. Alright, so you guys heading in for the night?
I don't know.
Sure.
Okay. You guys all have a bit of a almost a restless night. It seems like you hear that the voice kind of just go as you walk through. And you, Mr. Alexander, hear, "Bring him. He's a coward." As you start to fall asleep a little bit, and then night takes you. So you guys wake up in the morning, rested, no worse for the wear. As you go down, you do see, like, go down the stairs. It's fairly empty now. There's a lot less people. There is Landon there sitting at the bar, just cleaning up some glasses from the last night. And there's a few barmaids just kind of cleaning up. It's around like 8 or 9 in the morning, and you see on one of the tables is your gnome friend, just still sleeping, passed out. There looks like a little bit of vomit on the table, but it quickly gets wiped up by one of the barmaids, and he's still knocked out, stone cold on the table there. And you see Landon just kind of there. Oh, it's good to see you all awake. Need some breakfast, yeah?
Let's have some breakfast if you
Good,
got
good.
it.
So get some eggs for you guys, yeah?
Could I have some swamp mushrooms in my omelet?
That'll cost extra money. You don't want those. You just want some. I'll get you some eggs. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
He goes and you get like half an egg for your size. It's like this massive dish. You get like 15, 16 eggs set up in this big omelet to feed you.
They all cost the same.
He's like, yeah, you're doing my job. One of these days, right? Yeah? Yep. Good, good. I heard you talking to Andrew out there. And you can
He's
see
being a pussy.
you turn back and you can see him sleeping in that same booth. Lying on the booth with a blanket over top of him. Sleeping, sitting in the booth.
Landon,
Yeah.
do you know anything of a
Magdalene?
random woman named Magdalene?
I
Going off past the swamp in
Oh, the swamp. Oh, I was thinking of the lady way back in the city. No, I've only known one Magdalene. What do you ask?
because
We found her.
Oh, found the lady of the swamp, huh?
yep
Nice.
past
Was she good looking?
pretty decent.
Andrew's
Pretty
all
well.
asleep. Let's go tie him up so we can take him back.
Okay.
We're gonna take him back to his farmhouse.
Oh, that sounds good. He's been sleeping in my damn booth for the past month. Or, no, not a month, maybe 2 weeks, but yeah, feels like a month.
Alright, well, we'll get him out of here.
Yeah, perfect. I appreciate it.
No
Let's go tie him
problem.
up.
Yeah, then morning breakfast on the house, eh? Tip his hat off and yeah. What are you asking about, mate?
If you've heard anything about her, she seems a little off, you know. Like,
The lady in the swamp, you say?
yes, like
Was she pretty? Attractive?
pretty decent, yeah.
Nice. Have you spent some time with her?
For a little bit.
'Cause, I mean, all the pretty ones, a little crazy sometimes. You never know. Well, yeah, that's the way it is.
But anyway, her area,
Yes.
not what I meant to say.
Man, we're all like 7 years old, aren't we? Man, horny 7-year-olds. Anyway, go on. Yeah. Her area.
Yes, that.
Gotta keep a straight face here, man.
I see what I was gonna say. It's even worse.
Still a virgin, I see. I understand. Half elf type. Can't find the right one.
Yeah, no. In the middle of the swamp,
Yes, the middle
all
swamp.
foggy,
Yes.
get thicker.
Get thicker, yeah. Yeah, I'm just curious. You're a half elf, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You live for a long. How old are you? Because I'm getting the sense you're like 17, 18, even though you look like 30.
You know.
Anyway, continue on with your story.
Yep. the fog
The fog, yes.
stops in a wall.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Really weird. On the other side of the wall, clear.
Very spooky.
On the inside of the fog is very spooky.
Inside the fog is very spooky.
Yes.
How so? It's clean and there's no fog. Usually that's like not creepy, though.
In the fog
In the fog,
is creepy.
creepy. I
There's
understand
like
that.
a wall of fog.
Yes.
Other side,
There's a wall.
completely clear.
Oh, completely clear.
All nice looking.
Nice looking.
Yeah.
Would you say well trimmed?
Yes. That's
There you go. Yes, yes.
very barren.
Okay, yes.
Nice trees.
Yes,
Go
yes.
up to like a house.
Uh-huh.
That sort of area.
Yes. I've never heard of anything. I know there's been fog in the swamp the last time, but that's kind of natural, right? I mean,
It's just odd that it just stops in a wall, completely around.
it is a lord. Said it myself.
Just
Right.
wondered if you heard anything about why it's like that.
No one really goes to the north of the town. Most of the farms to the south. The only one is Andrew's one up there. As he looks, he sees your Goliath and this gnome carefully wrapping this twine around the feet of Andrew and like kind of like hog tying him and then like quickly putting a bag over his head, like guffing his mouth and just like hiding. Was like, yeah, Andrew over there, yeah. Is he? Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
So
as long as I don't kill him, we'll be fine.
yeah, no. Yeah, Andrew's farm is. He's just kind of curious watching you guys. You pick him up and slowly drag him towards the gun. It's like, good job, guys. Yeah, Andrew's farm. That's the only one that's north of here. He's the one that got. Oh man, for the past year, he's been our highest supply of our goods at this town. Yeah, he had a great business venture.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, Magdalene said something about that.
Oh. Interesting.
we're trying to acquire the whereabouts and find his wife and daughter. They've been kidnapped.
Ah, that's a shame.
That's what we.
They're a nice group of folks. Little daughter's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's only about maybe 4 years old, I think. Little young one. Cute little girl.
Then you know of them, yeah.
Yeah, I know the family. They're
Alright.
good people. Husband's a bit of a dick, but I mean,
Right.
that's the way she goes.
Do you know anybody who would have maybe had a beef with the guy and wanted to take him?
I mean, he's been profitable for the past year. Like, he's the biggest farm we got. But, I mean, he took over all the farmyard in the north. He took all of them up quickly. I mean, the guy's a businessman like none other. I've never seen it like that. But, I mean, enemies, no, he deals well with Clayton. He's been exporting. I don't think he'd want to wreck his greatest producer. I mean, Clayton wouldn't do that. He'd probably have his gang stake that out, keep it the most safe. Not sure.
It's odd how that would work then.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe he was having an argument with this Clayton guy, and to be more persuasive, he
Could be.
has their family hostage.
Was his business lacking by any means?
Whose?
Andrew. No. Yes, Andrew's.
Andrew? No. Like I said, past year, guy's been producing like crazy. Biggest one.
Figured maybe he slowed down in his profits and maybe to try and boost
mean-
them back up again.
Within the last week, yeah. But it's because he's been staying here and
Yeah.
in this farm.
That would
If he's so rich, why he live in little crap hole house?
That's a good question. I always thought he had a mansion.
Maybe he puts all his money back into the farm. That could be why his crops are so plentiful.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe
I mean-
it goes to somebody for his good business.
You mean hookahs?
No.
Not too many of them around here.
Someone who helped him in past with that.
I don't know,
made a
mate.
deal with the wrong people.
Well, let's go listen to the fog lady whisper.
You can see that Andrew's kind of woken up and he's on your shoulder. Kind of trying to squirm around a little bit, but... So, yeah, you can take it out here. Roll an attack.
Actually, don't
Nudge
kill
you
the
straight
little
through
bugger.
it. A total of 4? Still scrumming around.
Good
about that,
morning.
He said, all right then. Well, just on the side note, we're business partners as well. Don't do that to me.
Wasn't going to.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't seem like the same
Someone that you can
attitude as Andrew. He's been
thump off,
thump off.
thump on. Who?
Well,
Don't mind me.
I mean, best of luck with your endeavor.
Thanks.
We'll be back to yours as soon as we
I'd
can
appreciate
get
it,
this
yeah,
checked up.
mate.
Just
keep
families
it
missing
between
kind of
us,
takes
yeah?
precedence.
Oh, no, I understand completely.
Being, honorable and
Someone
Yeah.
jazz.
dying.
So you're saying this rat isn't... He's not going to see his family?
What?
Like, you gotta drag him to his family, right?
More or less.
Oh, that's sort of weird.
He's being awfully weird about it.
He doesn't want to see Magdalene, which she's a little odd, that's why. But she says
She's kind of a babe.
if he comes to her, she might have
Use
a
your
way
words,
of
man.
finding his family. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know
That's
why I
why
wouldn't
we're-
jump at the chance.
Yeah.
It's weird.
yeah, he was...
Well, I mean, he'll be showing up to us soon.
exactly.
Well, you guys will carry him, right?
So,
Yeah,
that's
right.
what we're going to try.
Nice. Good talk. Yeah, have a good one, mates.
All right, thank you.
Breakfast.
We'll see you tonight. Perfect. So you guys start to head out.
Yeah.
You got Andrew on your shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's scrubbing him up. You kind of just like go up and down his into his gut, and you notice the bag over his head kind of gets a little bit wet and drips a little bit.
Cool.
Just on the top there, it kind of a little. Psst, psst, psst. But you guys make it towards the farm, and you start heading that way, and the fog once again gets deeper. And even though it's bright in the morning, it starts to get darker and darker and darker towards the north end. And the fog gets thicker, darker, more creepy and eerie. And then you get to that same fog wall right where the tracks led to. Alright, just a quick break here to thank Syrinscape for the awesome background music and effects. It's a great free app that helps to add so much more tension and atmosphere to the game while we play. It's a must-have to have for any RPG session. It's just that great. So please check their website out at Syrinscape.com to see everything you can do with this awesome little tool. Also, I would like to remind you guys that if you want to get a hold of us, then the best way is through our website, defyingdice.com, or on Twitter, @DefyingDice. But if you enjoy the show and want to give us something in return, please, just let anyone you know who might be interested in this show, let them know that we're out there and maybe they'll give us a listen. We'd really appreciate that. But also, one of the most important things is leaving a review on iTunes. It really helps us to be more visible to more people, and we would really appreciate it so much. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. You guys stopped at the wall and then proceeded to go through. You tell Andrew kind of like, no, stop taking me there, no, like that type of thing. I don't want to do the Grimfield muffs because I suck at that anyway. So you guys go through the wall and the same thing, it brightens up again. Instead of being the dark, dingy, like half evening of where it was the fog, it becomes that bright, sunny, nice park. And you guys make your way towards where the hut was. As you guys enter that, you do hear the welcome back.
Hello, spooky lady voices.
Hello, Magdalene. He was kind of reluctant, but yeah.
Would you have something to do with that?
There's no response.
Up to the house we shall go.
Yep, so you guys continue on your hike. Takes about 15 minutes. You guys know the trail now. You don't see any more tracks, but you know the general path. You guys kept an eye out. You continue on. You get to the hut. Same thing. There's a light on, a little bit of smoke coming through the thing, and the door isn't open right now, but you guys get to the house. Right to the gate outside, just in front of the yard.
Magdalene, may we come in?
But of course.
Ah, thank you.
And the door opens, yeah. You don't touch it, the door just opens as you approach. And you see her standing there with her hands behind her back, just kind of like, just a nice greeting, standing there posed back straight. Welcome, I see. Oh, he wasn't cooperative, I think.
No, he was not.
Ah. Well, then set him down,
Yes,
unbind him.
Yes.
And you... Do you do, or...
I grab my dagger and start
Yeah, you cut through.
cutting the ropes.
You hear a little ow! Just on one side of his shoulder. And as he's sitting in the bag, he's like, where am I? What? Oh, hi, Magdalene. Hello, Andrew. Been a long time. Thank you for finding him. You,
Don't eat him.
wouldn't dream of it.
Good.
You, want your... Well, of course, you brought him. We'll find out where his family is. And she walks up towards him, and you kind of see he's visibly shaken by the whole ordeal. And as you guys, as she's walking towards him, she kind of just smiles and, everything starts to get a little bit darker. The whole hut all of a sudden starts to change a little bit, and it kind of, you hear a whoosh, and the door shuts, and this nice wooden cabin turns a little bit more dark into roots. There's a fireplace in the corner where the cauldron is, gets a little bit bigger, and it's just that light that's shining into the room, so the flickering of the candles there. You feel a very weird sense of out of placeness, and everything gets that same darkness, and you can see her figure starts to change. Her shoulders kind of start to hunch up a little bit more, and her face kind of gets a little bit drawn, a little bit bonier, with a large nose and kind of slightly pointed chin, a few darker gray skin complexion, with her red hair kind of shrinks up and shrivels thin. She kind of hangs down with this, her robes slightly get torn up a little bit worse and hang low down through. Her arms get a little bit spindlier, her fingers almost extending further 6 to 8 inches longer. Kind of wicked smile as her bright green eyes just pierce staring directly at Andrew, and you hear her say, "I'm glad you could bring him. It has been such a while since we made a deal. Time to pay up, Andrew." And you notice everything that was like a nice little cottage is now turned dark and dreary, creepy, and this hag sitting in front of you is hunched over, wretched, lays one finger and just touches the side of his cheek, and it is him in the flesh. You've done well. I appreciate it. And she waves her hand over in front of his eyes, and he falls unconscious.
Oh, good.
Yes, he is. Well, the deal was struck with you. I appreciate you bringing my reward. Now, if I may, let me just direct you to where the others went. They also struck a deal, wanted to find riches. I asked them to bring me the family so I could see Andrew again.
Do you have that doll that we gave you?
In time, little one. If you don't...
Gonna keep his family, are you? Just him?
I have unfinished business with Andrew.
Okay.
We have a deal. I set up with that other group a bit more of a different deal for them to bring me Andrew. But they just brought the family. Didn't want that. So their directions were less clear to their prize. Unfortunately for them.
Do you have any idea where the family got taken?
That is not your concern anymore. What you deserve is a prize for your accomplishment. Please follow the tracks that way. That went off. That's where the other party went. They may have met their demise there, but
You're sending us to the same place that the others met their demise.
Yes.
Don't see how that's much of an award.
Well, the relic there is nice, but they didn't know about the creatures that lived there, so they would have been taken by surprise.
You help us out with said creatures?
Of course.
Thank you.
They will burrow.
Ah.
They will fester and jump at you. You need to be careful because they will drag you down and make you one of them. Nice little creatures, but a little eerie, if you say.
Cheerful as fuck.
Yes. And to get into the chamber, you must remember courage is very important.
The rage of a cow.
Exactly. Now, if you don't mind, you can find the relic there. Please do. It will be worth your time. Just don't die. I enjoy your company. It was so nice talking to you three. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to my deal with Andrew. You see, his farm was a little lacking when we first met.
That's what I kind of figured.
Yes, but he didn't pay his dues in time, so I need to recoup my costs from him.
That seems fair. If he hasn't held up his part of the deal, I think you should take proper measures to make sure that your efforts have been rewarded for what you did.
Exactly.
If he's a spineless bastard, then he gets what's coming to him.
My thoughts, precisely. Now, if you don't mind, I would like some privacy. I'll gladly meet with you again. I may move locations, but it's never good to stay in one place.
Well, you can probably find us again with your
Oh, I'm sure I will.
your fog. Oh, it reminds me. How do you do that wall of fog? That's just cool.
My sisters taught me that. Yes. Maybe you'll meet them one day. They are quite the pleasant ones. They are more beautiful than I, though, unfortunately.
I find that pretty hard to believe. You're pretty smoking. Like,
We hear a bit of a chuckle. Good. Now, Andrew. And she turns back to her cauldron there and walks up and grabs a bowl, spoon, and ladles out something in there. Andrew, it's time to eat now. Need your strength. And,
I'm just gonna leave.
okay, you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Who has the highest passive perception?
I don't know.
What's your perception?
Perception
Yeah, your skill.
is +5.
+5? Okay, you have passive. You would have seen it. As you're walking out the door, you notice as she pours the soup, there is a bit of yarn and hair, and looks like a finger falls into the soup as she pours it out. Time to eat, Andrew. And you exit the door and close the door. And as you exit out of the door, the swamp is not very heavily fogged, but it is dreary, grim, nasty. There is the watery, muck all set around, that weird crabgrass set up, that smell all of a sudden just fills your lungs and you back in this nasty swamp. And you can see the gates. The gates where the garden was the gates that are all rickety, shambled down. Like it's very, very the opposite of what you thought it all was.
Super cheerful.
Yeah, but you do see very almost too defined a trail that leads opposite the way you guys came,
Alright.
with about 5 sets of footsteps. And it's all very apparent, like almost unnaturally so.
Do you think we should go find Sparky?
Do you think he's less drunk now?
I'm not sure if he slept at all. I guess he did. He passed it on the chair.
Something don't make sense. There are 7 sets of footprints, and now there are 5.
Surprised you cooked that, Benjamin.
Yeah. Give time to think hard enough. It hurts the brain, but something click.
It's a good thing that you got that, because I totally missed it.
Oh, maybe that's the child's finger that was in that soup. Or did you guys not see that?
See what?
You guys are still standing outside the hut.
Well, I'll explain to you as we go down the trail.
Okay. As you pass through the little gate there, you do hear a thank you. Maybe wait on the relic for now. Did you hear? And then you do hear a rah sound from the hut.
Well, we brought him to die.
He didn't pay the lady for all her help at the farm, so
Okay.
spineless bastard.
Not the expression I was going for.
So we going to let him die?
I think he's already there.
You don't know.
I mean, you can turn back into the hut if you want to.
You wanna go to the relic or the other job in town?
Well, we did say we were going to find his family.
Yeah, but if he's kind of preoccupied, I don't think he's all too worried about his family at this point in time. If he's getting whatever's coming for him with Magdalene.
But why should his family pay for what he did?
Follow the footprints?
Yes.
Follow the footprints. Footprints. The footprints. The footprints.
Who wants to follow the footprints? First guy.
I can track
Here.
because I've got the best skill points.
Okay, survival. Make a survival check, please.
Okay, let's take my worst one.
Well, it'd be nature. It'd be nature or survival.
Where's nature? My nature's +3, so that'd be 14.
14. You notice that all the footprints. Well, back when you were following it, there was drag marks. The footprints were large, like man-sized, like that type of style. when the other 7 footprints entered, there was that smaller footprint, and there was another one that was a little bit smaller than the males. Now you just notice they are all the 5 male footprints. But they do lead off into the swamp, slightly.
Do the other 2 small footprints go towards the house?
You don't see any.
They just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just we just didn't pay attention to where they ended.
Yeah.
Because none of us looked for the smaller footprints. Now that we just followed.
Well, you notice the footprints come to the gate there, and then it's like,
probably cobblestone to the house, and
essentially,
footprints
yes,
would have been eliminated.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
I'm looking for footprints.
All right. So you have the footprints, and they're following there. You guys continue to follow those footprints, or?
Yeah, I continue for all of them.
Right.
I continue to follow.
You continue to follow. Very good. As you continue on, you never get to that same fog wall, but there is that slight eerie bit of mist every now and then. You continue to follow the trail, and it winds through, and you can see it starts to get bright out. Like that eerie darkness is gone, and it's more of just light filtering through the trees, but it's still a nasty looking swamp, and you're going deeper and deeper and deeper into the swamp. Eventually you come to, looks like a bit of a rocky outcropping, and there seems to be some remnants of a campfire. Looks like was a campsite site.
See how long it's been not camped in?
Sure. Perception?
19.
19.
Yes.
You notice that there is no embers burning. There's no residual smoke or heat left, but there is bedrolls. There is some food left. It looks like it was camped, and it looked like a return base. Like they wanted to set up camp here and stay here and then work from this area. There is like a ramshackle tent set up that looks like it has been almost looted and torn through. Like there are scratch marks through the tent canvas and dug through. Could be claws, could be knives. Not quite sure, but they have been slit open, and there's not much in the way of usable things around. I mean, there's charcoal, there's a few pots and pans, but nothing too fancy.
We see footprints continue on.
You see plenty of footprints all around, and there's a few that spiral off a little bit deeper in the trail. There's some that just spread around, looks like gatherers, like single footprints, but there is a fairly well-torn trail in one direction.
Follow that one.
Alright. So, you guys continue down that trail, and the trees start to get a little bit smaller, like just gradually as you're going. It takes about 10, 15 minutes, and the trees aren't as big. They get more consistently gone through, but they're not as massive, these giant trees going through. Eventually you get to a large open area that is just swamp water. Lily pads and these large flowers, and those large water flowers, they're all set along the surface of it. There's like a few fish in the pond, and it's about 600 feet across, this big large pond, and there is in the middle of it what looks like almost like an old stone entrance that is kind of toppled off to the side and caved in. Looks like it kind of goes down somewhere. It's in the middle of this pond.
And there's no island around it. It's just
there's a small little island, but the majority of it is just like there is that entranceway that is built of stone, and around it is this muddy-ish swamp just kind of going out. But it looks like there's just this stone archway kind of crowded up, and you do notice that there looks like a boat on the other end of that.
I'm going to inspect the ground for what Magdalene kind of said with the creatures that'll burrow in the ground. See if I can find any evidence of creatures like that around.
Okay.
That'd be 22.
Okay. As you look around, you notice in this area, you see lots of mud kind of like going into the shoreline. Lots of cattails, that type of thing. There is what looks like a wooden stake that had been rammed into the ground just off the shore. It looks like there was rope tied around it at some point. You do notice a whole bunch of footprints all around the edge and kind of going into the water. Kind of fades away as the water gets deeper. It looks like somebody launched a boat back and forth, and you do notice across there is a boat at the other island. But you don't see anything unnatural other than like occasional little footprint of like a small animal or these human tracks that you've been following. And there's quite a few tracks set up there.
Is there anything around we can make a boat on this end? Or like
Raft.
yeah, something that we can...
I mean, there's a few trees.
If any of us have the equipment for that.
I don't know, you guys have an axe?
I got a scimitar,
I mean,
a dagger, and a spear.
I have axe.
Hopefully the body spray, because holy Vegamin. Oh, wow, you smell.
Oh. Gross.
Could these giant lily pads support weight?
you can find out.
I will step on one.
Okay, you gotta step on one. Go and kind of slightly bring your foot off the edge. You don't have a very big span because your legs are so short. But like you find one just off the edge of the shore, and you slowly put your foot on it, and it holds your one foot. Okay, yeah. So go and step on the other foot. It sinks about half an inch, but you stay up.
Nice. Well, I'm heading over to the boat
All right.
at the little island.
Okay. How are you getting there? Because you're currently just sitting on a lily pad.
I'm going to try and jump from lily pad to lily pad.
Okay, there isn't a lily pad. The lily pad setup. It's kind of more around the edge of it. There is a bit of an open pond scum.
Oh.
So I mean, you could paddle your way across. If you
Find me a
paddle.
stick and I will create a boat with this lily pad.
All right.
Good. I'll just go.
Or I'll just use my spear.
Okay, you're going to try and paddle with the spear.
Well, you know, the blade on it.
Yes. Okay. Make a athletics check. Yeah. What you got?
7.
7. You furiously just paddle back and forth. You're like, man, this looks awesome. Just going through, you can kind of feel that wake showing up. And you're like, this is great. You guys on the other hand see him just like trying to paddle all the way through. He's like maybe 2 feet off the shoreline.
I forget to cut the...
And he's like, just
the stem on
just
the bottom.
just floats right back. But you can see he is just giving it his all, and eventually kind of slows down and starts panting like. And he's just kind of stuck on the shoreline there.
I swim.
You swim? All right, you just take off and you just like just paddle right through. Just make an athletics check.
Okay. Okay, so 14.
14? Yeah, it takes you like maybe a minute to get across. Like no problem whatsoever. You get up there and it's you kind of just test your way through. For you, it's not a very sharp decline, but it does get down to where you can't touch the bottom, and you just kind of you just overhead swim through there, no problem whatsoever.
You want to send the boat back?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So you come up to this boat that's been tied off to the edge there, and as you look into the boat, just make an investigation check.
4.
4?
Yeah.
It's a boat, man. It looks like it'll float. You've been on a boat before for a long time. This is good. You're good. Figure this one out.
Sweet.
Yeah. So you don't even untie the knot. You're just like, I'm gonna rip the stake out of the ground and you start heading towards the direction. Are you swimming or in the boat?
In the boat.
In the boat? Okay. You step in there and toes are a little bit wet. It's a little bit mucky, but yeah, it holds your weight barely, but it holds your weight. And there is one paddle in there, so you grab that and slowly making your way there. You get to the other side of the ship there, and you guys see this giant Goliath in this small little dinghy set up. Looks like there's just enough room for another person and a gnome. Like, it's a little tight, but you can do it.
As long as it doesn't bottom out as soon as
There
the three of us
is
get in
there's
there.
a bit of, you can see a little bit of water spilling in, but it seems okay.
Well, like,
I mean, like, it could be repaired if you have more weight in there. It might sink. You're getting the feeling because it's starting to fill up on your end with the weight.
since you're already wet, you want to just swim back and we'll take the boat?
I guess so.
Thank
Alright.
you very much for bringing us the boat, though. I appreciate that so much.
Now, do you know how to float a boat? Or drive a boat? Or captain a boat?
Row a boat.
Yes.
Row a boat.
There you go.
And they say I'm stupid.
Well, I mean, you just put a paddle in and either side and just keep going to the other side. It doesn't seem that hard. Do you know how to? Would you like to control said boat?
Look at how far I got with a lily pad. Does it look like I know how to row a boat?
Okay. I guess I'll row the boat then.
You make a just an intelligence check.
See if I happened.
16.
I can't know.
You kind of look at the boat and you're like, I think I could fix that. There's no way to do that. You also notice that there is a rope tied there with a stake that's been dug out of the ground in the boat, with the rope still attached to the boat.
I forgot. Would men's work on this?
You can
I'm gonna certainly try this.
Okay, so you cast mending, and you kind of just do a little bit of a spin with your hands, and you kind of focus towards where the crack is in the hole, and the wood starts to kind of creak and bend, and then sort of almost like restore. Instead of being so moldy, and the wax reseals on the edges, and it brings it up, and the leaking stops. And the boat, you kind of just like fish the rest of the water out, and you can see it's actually pretty decently buoyant now.
I did a thing.
Well, I hop in the dinghy, provided I can reach it.
Oh yeah, no, you can hop in. Boots get a little wet. Oh, well, actually, make an athletics check. Just see if you can jump into the boat.
I'm gonna like roll a 2 and slip.
Be amazing.
I got 14.
Yeah, you're no problem. You manage to just bring right in there, and you land. Yeah,
A fat man who can jump.
there's lots of room in this boat for you. Actually, it's surprising. What about you?
All right, I'll just get in the boat then and make sure I have the paddle.
All right, you get in the boat, and there is one paddle there set up, and you want to start rowing? Mm-hmm. All right, roll an athletics check. Yeah, what'd you roll?
I got an 11.
11? It takes about 10 minutes for you to slowly get your way through. Your spindly little arms are much more accustomed to turning pages than they are rowing boats. As a Goliath, I mean, your skin's a little pale at the moment. You should just start tanning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I mean, unless you want to do something else. Just kind of sitting on the other end, drying off a bit.
Just chilling.
Letting everything air out. You know, you know what I'm saying? Good.
The old cross breeze.
Eventually, you feel a little just boom on the side of your foot as the hull of the boat just kind of touches you.
Oh my god. You guys just got here.
That took longer than expected, my friend. Maybe you should have helped a little bit. I apologize for making you swim.
You are pathetic.
I'm not denying this.
Weak, puny.
Hey, I'm
Show
not.
some respect.
As he flexes, his muscle is probably the same size as your gnome here, as Gilbert.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yes, I'm not denying that.
So, as you guys finally reach this island, it is not much bigger than like maybe 25 feet by 25 feet. Like, it's a very small little
Stick
island.
the stake in the ground so the boat doesn't float away again.
Make a strength check.
Or I'm gonna get him to do it.
Are you going to do it?
Natural 20.
Whoa!
What a waste of a 20.
There is, for being a smart, you kind of survey the ground. You realize, there's a rock over there, there's a rock over there. Oh, you put the stake there, you grab the big rock, bam, one hit right through the stake, goes right down, sinks in. You try and pull on that thing, it is not coming out.
So it's done, boys.
Genius.
Yeah. And you guys are surprised, this little scrawny half-elf just slams this, 3-foot long stake, boom, right into the ground. 2 inches left up. It's amazing.
It's like half my height.
The 2-inch
There
part.
you go. Your boat is now secure.
Alright.
And, so you guys are looking towards this almost like half sunken. Think of, an old crypt, those tall crypts that are super fancy olden times. You guys seen Sherlock Holmes? With Robert Downey Jr.? That type of crypt style, but caved off, sunk into the ground. Those big doors where that guy came in. That type of style has been sunked in down facing the ground. And there's stairs half sunk there.
I investigate to see if there's a way for me to get through.
Okay.
All of us to get down.
Make a perception check.
22.
22. You find that there is it's a big doorway. It goes down, set up. It's about probably about 10 to 15 feet tall of a doorway, about 10 feet wide, and steps are a little bit off angled, but you can see it is fairly easy to traverse getting down. It just goes down into darkness. You do notice that on the outside of the area, just at the edge, you see a ruffled pile of leathers and cloth sitting on the edge of the staircase.
Leathers are better than rubbers.
You gonna look at them, or?
Yes.
Sure, let's go inspect them.
Okay, as you get closer, you do notice that instead of just cloth and leather, it's a very darkly, almost dark brown color and bits of white to the cloth. And you start to realize that the cloth was white when he bought it, but now is stained with dark crimson dried blood. And as you get closer, you notice that the tattered part is half of a shirt, and the front part is the mauled remains of some poor traveler that slowly crawled his half body to the top of the stairs with just his shoulders, lower abdomen or upper abdomen and up left, as the rest of it looked like shredded.
It's a very welcoming sign, if I do say so much.
Yeah.
Like, you really want to go down there now. It's like, oh, yay.
And that's what you immediately see is this half body falling through. Yeah. You guys want to investigate it at all, or?
Yep.
All right. You are? You're going through the body? All right.
Hold on. It is 13.
13. Pulling over the remains, they are mangled. Like, the face is almost scratched off beyond repair. Like, it is where you assume 3/4 of the blood showed up, other than like half of his body being ripped off. You notice that the body wasn't eaten. It was just torn and shredded apart and left. Maybe the bottom half was eaten, but this top half was just probably destroyed.
There as fast as I can.
Basically, yeah. You kind of search around the body, and you do find a small little necklace that looks like to have a nicely jeweled pendant in there, like silver with almost amethyst style pendant in the middle, just hanging off, kind of caked in blood, but around the neck. Other than that, it seems like it was a decently well-off human. But yeah, that's about all you can find.
Just take the necklace and...
You just grab the necklace?
Yeah.
Alright, and you just kind of slump the body over and just kind of take it off. Alright, we're good.
See if I can try and clean it up, see if I can see any, words in the back or if it belonged to anyone. Try to find a name.
You just seem like you might be able to sell it, but you don't see nothing really special to you other than just, it's a nice little necklace.
Want a necklace?
Sure.
Alright, there you go.
So,
I gave him the necklace.
You gave him the necklace? Alright. For you, it's like T-Dog chain. Like, it's way down there. Going down instead of a pendant, it's more of like a belt. But you get it, you receive it. It's a decent looking pendant. So yeah, you're now at the entranceway of this dark cavern that goes down and descends into the earth.
I walk down.
All right. Okay. As you start to walk down, you hear almost like a and from the background you see this little running up little gnome trying his best to run through.
Little rock gnome.
Hey guys, you forgot. Oh crap! As he looks at the water.
What's up, bud?
Ryan,
we got a boat over here for you.
I see that. I'm going to get across there. Good. Damn it. And you can see he kind of slowly gets in, and as he gets in, his loot on the back kind of floats up a little bit and gives him buoyancy. He's like, okay. And you can see little fish arms as you see your little bard friend just kind of slowly trying to swim across the lake. You guys wait there for another 10 minutes.
As he's doing that,
yep.
I try and use my speak with small animals, or speak with small beasts.
Yep.
And get some fish to come up and kind of
give
him a boost.
You go up towards the water there, and looking at your friend slowly dog paddle his way across. You do see a few minnows set up across there, and kind of stick your head and go just kind of whisper a little bit, and they kind of respond, look at you, and start to swim off towards them. And you all of a sudden see this little gnome going, and start freaking out as he's all of a sudden being dragged a lot faster than you found before, being pulled right across, and within 30 seconds is pulled across the pond, and as he gets to the river, he's like, oh, and just slams in the river, just kind of tumbling forward and kind of skidding across the sand.
I go down and give him a hand to help us.
Nobody saw that, right? Yeah. Okay,
no,
we're good. We're good.
Still
good. All right.
Cool.
Oh, backwards.
That's why I wanted to be a forest gnome.
Oh boy. Okay. So
You all
Ready.
good? You all good?
Sure. 1 second. And he kind of like turns off to his side and like pours a whole bunch of water out of his ear and like out of his instruments. He takes a flute out and like, damn it, and pours it out. And then he's getting ready. He's like, good. He kind of shakes off his clothes. What are we doing?
We are looking for a, I can't think of the word, treasure, antique
Cool.
thing.
How'd you get here?
We
It's a
walked.
long story.
Nice. I did too. Long trek.
Yeah, you can see your-
Somebody's footsteps real big. Yeah. Pretty easy to follow. Not saying hi. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Yep, glad you made it.
Yeah, so am I. Seems like you guys might need my help.
Yeah, probably
Perfect.
would,
Well, if nothing else, the music would be nice.
Well, I certainly can do that. When it dries out a bit more.
probably a bit.
Yeah. Might sound a little flat. Alright, guys, let's go. And you guys get up to the top of the stairway there. Who is going in first? You are?
Yeah.
Alright, I want you to make a perception check as
Do
you
you
walk
have
up to the
dark vision though?
It should say in your sheet.
We're in a dark. He didn't fill it out.
No, I would have put that on there.
No, I don't have dark vision.
Alright, he does not have dark vision. Anybody have light or...
I will use my one of my cantrips called Produce Flame.
Produce flame. Okay. It is an action, lasts for 10 minutes. A flickering flame appears in your hand. The flame remains there for the duration, and neither harms you nor equipment. Sheds 10 feet of light.
Yeah, 10 feet radius light.
You can also attack.
2d8.
1d8. Yeah, 1d8. You can hurl the flame to a creature within 30 feet. All right. So as you start to walk down, you walk up to the dark, and you see all of a sudden this little gnome come between your legs. Flame, and you kind of feel a bit of warmth underneath the
Tenders.
My nutsack.
I was gonna say the jewels, but I mean, that's good enough.
Close enough to say that.
Yeah. The goods. You feel that, but it does shine light through, and you can see the staircase starts to descend through. And as the light gets approached, you notice movement.
I will kill the flame,
Okay.
and I will stealthily try and make my way down to see if I can figure what the movement is.
Okay, roll stealth.
14.
14.
Fireball! No, I'm just kidding.
All right. As you get further down, you have dark vision, yeah?
60 feet.
Yeah.
I believe.
You can see further down past where the light was. You did see that skittering from there. You start to walk down, and the staircase leads down like about maybe a flight and a half worth of stairs, and then starts to level out what you've seen underneath the pond and starts to dip down into a square route. What you see down there is scratched claw marks along the stonework. The whole area seems to be built of this solid, smooth stone and rock, built almost like a very nice, like a mausoleum type. Very nice stonework set up, arched in a very beautiful design. And as you go through, you see there's little piles of stuff all in the corners. Mixed match of like bones, meat, fabric, set up with all these scratch marks all along it. But you don't see what made sounds or moved.
I will try and use my cantrip of minor illusion to see if that will bring them out.
Okay, so what are you making with that?
I'm going to try and make a little noise off in one of the corners of that room that I'm seeing.
Okay, so you're basically down in the tunnel and there's a small little opening area. You make like a sound of a rock thrown or like a chip or a voice? Or what are you doing?
Like a coin, sort of like...
Okay, you hear that little ding, 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 ding. Nothing.
I turn around and go back up and join these guys.
Alright.
Provided they didn't follow me down.
I mean, you're standing up there like, dark, gnome, in.
Yeah, because
And you're like plucking the seed out of the guy's hair, like that weird moss that grew this pond skin. You're cleaning that out of his hair.
Yeah,
you're grooming him.
All right, and then all of a sudden you
trying to
see
make it a
this
little more, presentable.
your little druid friend appear out of the shadows.
What's up, buddy? Found some things, did you?
Sounds like there's... possibly I thought that there might be somebody down in a room just down the trail a little ways.
In the crypt?
Crypt?
This thing that you just went inside?
Oh. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I seen movement down there, and I tried to look at it and bring it out, but it seems to be hiding. So I'd like something in case it could eat me. Better you than me, I always say.
Okay.
All right.
So should probably
Veg
bring
man?
a veg man with us. And Sparky.
Is there any way with that fire thing that you can like put it on him so that he has like,
Don't think so.
or you just only can hold it?
Yeah, it's produced in my hand. One of us would just have to lead him by hand.
Well, yeah. If I'm walking right behind you, it shouldn't matter anyways.
As long as you can keep contact with
I'll
me.
just hold on to you and I'll walk you in. Like a torch.
That'll work.
So you walk up to the stone.
Standing on his hand.
Yeah. You pick him up by the scruff of his back. Set him up. All right. He's like 30 pounds. Well, no, he's pretty heavy. He's pretty fat.
I think I'm like 35.
Like 35, 40, yeah, for a big gnome, like a fat gnome.
Yeah, I'm fat.
Yeah. You pick him up, kind of just sloshes on your hand. You see his little hand just light. And it spreads out, and you can see further on, the walls are all gray, but stained with dark crimson slashes. A slaughterhouse flick is essentially what this looks like. It is not a pretty sight at all. Because with your dark vision, you can't see colors. You didn't notice that really. But as you go through the light, you start to notice this. And entering down in through the tunnel, everybody starts to follow through. It starts to open up into a large crypt, essentially. There is 2 caskets set in the middle with this large square room and an archway that is set there. The archway has a nice engraving on it, and there is script all along the underneath the archway there. As you get closer, you notice that there are more bodies set around. You notice one half of a body with blood splattered, and like you see an intestine strung on the ground, kind of trailing towards the entrance.
Fairly recent.
Yeah, you would say. You kind of get the sense. What?
Lower half?
Yeah, lower half.
Okay.
You kind of get the sense this was the part 2 of Buddy upstairs, and you see just a little bit past the corner another human in the corner, sloughed over, sloughed down, bloodied, but not eccentric, like not ridiculously bloodied. Slumped in the corner, what looks like more clothes and kind of bones and stuff placed around him. And that's about all you see in the area, just other than the crypt, those 2 coffins etching on the wall directly in front of you, and that one body in the corner, and the half of the body beside you.
And the piles of bones and stuff in the corners.
Yeah.
Am I using
Continue down.
identify ritual to see if I can figure out what happened or anything? Or is that not really the right?
Identify is more finding the magical properties of it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you could investigate the area.
We'll just do that.
Okay, what do you want to investigate? The coffins, the wall, the body, the floor, the area? What do you want to look at?
See if
I'd say the floor.
see if there's any
Burrow holes, things.
there's discernible things of what could have
Claw
happened.
marks.
Yeah.
Okay. You do see,
I got
what'd you get?
20 total.
20 total? Yeah, you see scratch marks all along the ground of clawed toes, but you also see muddy-ish footprints of human-sized, about 5 of them individually, like the ones that you've been following. You notice that they have been in this area. You notice a few go up to the scrolling, the etched wall there, and then stop. And you see a few going around the coffins, but the coffins haven't been opened. And you see a few of the muddy-ish footprints are kind of swiped away by these strange little clawed toes. With scratches into the stone. What
Keep following.
You gonna keep following? Where?
Like, where the more... Because we're in...
You come down these stairs into a square room that's only like 15 by 15. And directly in front of you is this script right on the sides of the coffins.
Okay.
And in the corner is the one body and the half the body.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
You look up and it's just kind of a smooth stone with a nice mural setting up of just etching, scrolling, just fancy designs.
On that one wall, is there anywhere like a push button or like a
Pressure plate?
some sort of like something like that?
On which wall? The one right with the script on it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the feet disappeared, footprints.
Yeah, that's where the footprints lead up to. Kind of stop there. and then there's a script. With that investigation, I'll say you keep it with that. You walk up and you notice it is all in Elvish.
Yay.
And it basically says, for the ones who fought bravely, in courage, in battle, they rest here alone, together at last. And that's all that script says. You look around, you don't really see a button anywhere or a pressure plate at all.
I'm gonna touch courage to see.
You touch courage.
Something
As you go and push it, it lights up in a flash of light, and that whole wall vanishes and enters into a tunnel. You can see there's more footprints there, but there also is, as it disappears, another body
Oh, falls out of the wall.
falls out of the wall.